Thanks for staying with us. Let's get you some national updates. Now, the 10-day-long deadlock by the striking pilots of our national carrier Air India is finally over. It was called off late last night after the centre agreed to reinstate the several sacked and suspended pilots and also restore recognition to their union, along with even looking into most of their complaints of irregularities. After bringing the domestic operations to a near halt, the pilots returned back to work. In fact, over the past few days, almost 700 of the pilots of the Indian Commercial Pilots Association Union were demanding pay parity with their international counterparts. 3 rounds of negotiations with the government have now only resulted in more verbal assurances, nothing concrete yet for the pilots. But this comes as a huge relief for thousands of passengers affected by the crippled operations. As far as Chennai goes, the situation looked like it was inching back to normalcy, with 2 international flights and 10 domestic flights having taken off from the Meenambakkam airport, with even 8 flights having touched ground here.
Now they agreed after the negotiation because they came to the office and they talked to my Joint Secretary and others, agreed. So I am very happy that it is a good ending, and I can assure the public that we will do the best to improve the service. And also I can assure the employees, the Dharmadari committee report will be implemented the earliest as soon as we get it, and all sections of the employees interest will be taken care of.
Moving on, there have been violent clashes in Bhattapur village in Greater Noida between farmers and police. The farmers, who are protesting against land acquisition and demanding employment, had taken 3 state transport employees hostage. The clashes occurred when the police tried to rescue the hostages. On to some international buzz. In Pakistan, a fierce internal debate has erupted both over how Osama bin Laden was able to hide in Abbottabad right under the nose of the security establishment, as well as over the American operation that killed Osama without the knowledge of the Pakistani military or intelligence. As people ask hard, tough questions, there is a growing chorus of opposition leaders as well as ordinary people who are demanding that heads must roll. Today, Pakistan's powerful ISI had to issue a formal denial to say that its chief was not resigning. Several media reports continue to say that the man was on a secret visit to Washington on a critical trip, despite officials' denials by the agency. Amidst growing anger, the country's former foreign minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has demanded that the Prime Minister and the President should resign, saying the facts of the Osama operation had been kept from the people. And NDTV's Bharka Dutt reports from Islamabad in Pakistan.
That's right. As any tracker of Pakistan knows, it's quite unusual for the ISI to issue any kind of public or formal statement, leave alone when it concerns its own officers or its own chief. But that's exactly what happened here in Pakistan today when the ISI put out a terse one-line statement denying 2 different media reports that have grabbed international headlines, not just national headlines. One being that Shuja Pasha, the ISI chief, the powerful ISI chief, who was named by Time magazine as one of the 100 most influential people in the world, was going to step down, taking accountability for what the Pakistan establishment has admitted was an intelligence lapse when it comes to Osama bin Laden, both hiding in Abbottabad and the fact that the Americans were able to come in unilaterally and take him out, or so goes the official narrative at least. The other media report and speculation that was denied by the ISI is that Shuja Pasha is at this moment on a secret visit to Washington, where he will be meeting with the CIA chief Leon Panetta. You will remember that the CIA had gone public with the fact that the ISI was deliberately kept out of the loop when it came to that operation involving killing Osama bin Laden, because they worried that the ISI may compromise American interests. The ISI has not elaborated on all the rumors that are in a sense engulfing the political capital of Pakistan, but they have denied these. Yet there continues to be a very, very strong belief among the people, the officials, the politicians, the opposition leaders that we're speaking to here, that some heads will have to roll, that there is such disquiet among the people here, not just over the global scrutiny that is asking Pakistan how it hit Osama bin Laden in a house a stone's throw away from the Pakistan military academy without anybody getting to know, but how American stealth helicopters were able to come in, conduct a military operation, fly back with the body of Osama bin Laden without anybody knowing. And so there is a sense, despite all of these denials, that we don't know whose heads will roll, but that some heads will certainly roll.
Moving on, the virtual world today has got the stars, the leaders of our world, the media, you and I, hooked onto the online space for entertainment, gaming, exploring new relationships, scooping out information, finding jobs and much, much more. But one government babu in the heart of Kanyakumari was bent on making a change through this internet tool. And what do you know? He succeeded. This has now made the district a role model for many others. My colleague Krishnamurthy brings you this inspiring story.
For this IAS officer Rajendra, logging on to Facebook is not a pastime. It is a tool to carry on working beyond office hours. The Kanyakumari collector started a plastics-free Kanyakumari page on FB in 2010. With telling results, today Kanyakumari is one of the few districts in the country to be declared a plastic-free zone.
District Administration and Pollution Control Board was constantly following up the updates on this page. In a way, the social media has become a very good tool to strengthen the grassroots level campaign and to garner more external support.
With more than 3,000 followers, this web page has turned out to be an asset to local authorities who receive more than just complaints.
This page was also used as a whistleblower by the citizens. We found that there were informations uploaded on the Facebook page, sometimes even with the photographs by the members, and our administrative team used to bring this information immediately to the notice of district administration and authorities, and we have taken very prompt action on those complaints.
And the locals are not exactly complaining over the new age mode of complaining.
இது பண்ணுறதால இப்போ நிறைய பேர் என்ன பிளாஸ்டிக் யூஸ் பண்ணுறதை அதை அவாய்ட் பண்ணுறோம். ரெண்டாவது எங்களோட சஜஷன், இந்த மாதிரி தவறாக எங்கேயா யூஸ் பண்ணால் கூட நம்ம அதில் நெட் மூலமாக அதை வந்து கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு நம்ம சொல்லிகிட்டு இருக்கோம்.
மற்ற மாவட்டங்களில் இது வந்து நடவடிக்கை அமலில் இருந்த மாதிரி தெரியல. ஆனால் நம்ம கன்னியாகுமரி மாவட்டத்தில் தான் முழுமையாட்டு இது செயல்பட்டு எங்கு பார்த்தாலும் சுத்தமாகவும் சுகாதாரமாகவும் இருப்பதாக தெரிகிறது.
பிளாஸ்டிக் ஒழிக்கிறனால கண்டிப்பாக இந்த நம்ம மாவட்டம் மட்டும் இல்லை, இந்த இது வந்து தமிழ்நாடு முழுவதும் தொடரணும்.
Meanwhile, netizen Rajendra is already working on his next project, making Kanyakumari a model in waste management through source segregation of garbage. Well, social networking seems to be bringing about good governance. With Charles in Kanyakumari and Krishnamurthy in Chennai, Jason Tosh for Ndtv-Hindu.
Up ahead on the bulletin, a tough task to take off from where Sir Arthur Conan Doyle left off, but a Chennaiite now offers some elementary. Meet him on the other side.